Hi kiddos. I hope you enjoyed that read aloud as much as I did. I love the pictures in that book, how they show the quiet of a wintry, snowy night, just how still everything is, and how quiet that child and their father are having to be as they're walking through the trees together. But beyond the pictures, the author, Jane Yolen, uses a strategy that really helps us experience what the characters are experiencing. Do you know what that strategy is? It's called using sensory details. Sensory details are details writers put in the story that activate our 5 senses. Do you remember what those are? They're the senses that we use to experience the world around us. Sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch or feeling. When writers use sensory details, they don't just describe the setting or what is going on. They use their writing to really help us see what the character sees, hear what the character hears, smell what the character smells, taste what the character tastes, and touch or feel what the character is feeling. Let me give you an example. In the book, Jane Yolen could have simply said, "It was cold." But instead, she says this phrase, "I could feel the cold as if someone's icy hand was palmed down on my back." Now, when I read that as a reader, I instantly had a connection. When I was little, I would be snuggled up in bed on a cold winter morning, and my dad would come into my room and wake me up and whisper in my ear, "Julia, Julia, I brought you something from outside." And I would sleepily say, "What?" And then he would stick his hands on the back of my neck and he would say, "The cold!" Because he had been outside shoveling the walk in the snow and he was freezing, and we would laugh and I would be shivering. Now, if Jane Yolen had just said, "It was cold outside," I would have understood. I would get it. I know what cold is, but she wouldn't have necessarily triggered that memory. When she says, "I could feel the cold as if someone's icy hand was palmed down on the back of my neck," that made me feel what the character's feeling. In the same way, she could have said, "I was wearing a scarf." But instead she said, "My mouth felt furry, for the scarf over it was wet and warm." Do you see how much more specific this author is so we can be right there in the character's shoes? On the next page in your Seesaw Journal, we're going to look at a few lines from this book and try to put them into categories. Let's look at an example. How about the line, "We reached the line of pine trees, black and pointy against the sky"? Does that help you taste what the character tastes, hear what the character hears? In this description, it helps me see what the character sees, so I'm going to move it and put it under the sight category. Also note, the author could have said, "There were trees," but she gives sensory details to make her writing stronger, to see what she can see. What about "My mouth felt furry, for the scarf over it was wet and warm"? What category would we put that in? It says her mouth felt furry, so maybe it's feeling. But since it's her mouth, maybe we could put it in taste. Now you try. Turn the page and try sorting these phrases into the right category. Which of the 5 senses was the writer reaching with each sentence? And remember, writers, you can use this strategy in your own writing. I'll see you soon. Bye.